I'm making an executive decision.
Uh-oh.
We're moving into the summer. I think this summer we're going to cover just
Summer movies
/ kids in danger.
Sweep the leg. You have a problem with that?
Welcome to the Project Gen X Retro Summer Series 2022.
Sarah, beware. I have been generous up until now, but I can be cruel.
Starting in May and ending in August, we will review the summer movies from our youth that include Tron.
Still don't understand why you want to break into the system.
Because, man, somewhere in one of these memories is the evidence. If I got in far enough, I could reconstruct it.
Adventures in Babysitting.
Don't fuck with the babysitter.
The Goonies.
Don't say that! Never say that! Goonies never say die!
Back to the Future.
Whoa, this is heavy. There's that word again, heavy. Why are things so heavy in the future? Is there a problem with the Earth's gravitational pull? What?
And so much more.
We talked into the night. The kind of talk that seemed important until you discover girls.
If I can only have one food for the rest of my life, that's easy. Pez. Cherry flavored Pez.
Along the way, we will also sprinkle in some non-movie goodness that will remind us what it was like to be a kid when the socks were high, the shorts were extra short, and there wasn't a cell phone to be seen.
E.T. phone home. E.T. phone home. Wants to call somebody.
So sit back and join Big Dave, Barry, and myself, Alan Smith, to relive the magic of the 80s and the retro summer. All right, thank you. Welcome back to the Project Gen X podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Alan Smith, along with...
I'm the other guy, Big Dave. And I'm Barry!
And today we have a very special guest host who Barry and I and Dave are all very, very happy to have here. Please introduce yourself to our fans.
Hi, I'm Diana Goodman, and I'm 1,000,000 years old.
I think you're the youngest person in this
Actually,
group
I do think you are the youngest one on this chat.
Oh, okay. Wow, that is really rare for me.
Well, we figured we'd give you a little different experience this time, so, you know.
I know it's one of those things from listening, every week to 30, 2010, and, that coming up every once in a while, and I'm like, no, I'm older. I remember so much more of this.
Yeah, I'm looking 50 right in the face.
Yeah,
March, so.
Yeah, and my problem is I'm one of those 13 going on 30 type people, so, like, for example, we just talked about Unforgiven.
Yes, you did.
It's like, yeah, I had watched all Sergio Leone movies. I had seen the Man with No Name trilogy. I'm 15. Obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Isn't that what other 15-year-olds are doing? Come on.
Absolutely, yeah. I was the Stephen King horror movie guy at 15.
Right. So I was still stuck in adolescence at that point, I'll admit it. So and not that anything's changed at almost 50, but,
And just a little quick background on this. As Diana, we did our little marathon grouping with 4 different podcasts.
The
tournament.
The tournament.
Yeah.
And I reached out to you to kind of get your input on this, and the fact that you gave us mad props for actually talking about SFW.
Yeah,
which,
I was a little miffed that you guys kind of wrote off Heathers, which is one of my
sorry,
favorites.
that's my fault.
That was Dave.
That's Dave. Sorry.
But then the SFW love was like, oh my God.
that was one of those things when we put that together, and like we heard from other podcasts, especially from the Gen X Grown-Ups guys, immediately of like, you son of a bitch. The second round in this is putting like our favorite movies against each other. I was like, yeah, you have to kill your darlings.
Yeah,
in this thing.
Which child do you want to shoot?
Yeah. And we did just drop a full episode about SFW last week, and we gushed for a full hour on the movie. So it was just
a good solid 20 minutes just on the soundtrack.
Yeah,
so,
no joke.
Yeah.
But this episode we are in. We're on the backside of our Retro Summer 2022, and this week we're going to be covering the 1982. Is it 82 or 83? 83. I can never remember. 83 movie Risky Business, and we all have thoughts. I think so.
It just shows where my brain goes it really, I feel like I'm really showed my age when you guys were like, oh, we're doing a series about 80s movies where someone's home alone. And I was like, Risky Business?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
Home Alone.
Yeah, not
My
Home
brain
Alone.
immediately was
Yeah.
like, wait, okay, so there's a movie about a kid who's home alone in the Chicago suburbs in a big house, and he's being menaced by a small Italian man. No, it doesn't sound familiar.
No, not in the slightest. No. Yes.
Be fair, though, Daniel Stern was only in one of these movies, so.
Yeah, well. Barry, would you like to give us a rundown of
I'll
people?
give you the
And
stats.
Diana, feel free to jump in here anywhere you want to comment. So,
Absolutely.
Because we talk over each other all the time.
Yeah. In fact, if you don't, we're going to be a little disappointed.
Exactly.
So, Risky Business, directed by Paul Brickman. You know him better from two of my favorite movies, Deal of the Century and Bad News Bears 2, Bad News Bears in Breaking Training. Yeah, baby.
Gosh.
Yes.
Bad News Bears, another one of those movies that I know that they did remake, unfortunately.
Yes.
But the original script could never be today. It could be released today.
Produced by the Geffen Film Company, distributed by Warner Brothers. As you said, it was released in '83. Original budget on this puppy was $6.2 million. Final box office, $68.5 million. 10 times what the pull was on this thing.
And when it finally got to VHS, because this is pretty early VHS times, but this one cleaned up on VHS.
Yes. And just a quick rundown on the cast. And again, to use your phrase, Alan, this is the murderer's row.
Yes.
This thing had a bunch of, hey, it's that guy's.
When I was rewatching this last night, I forgot who all was in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, oh, wow, oh, wow, oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, in our lead role, Joel Goodson, played by old TC himself.
Some guy named Tom Cruise.
Tommy Cruise.
He's not going to amount to nothing.
Nah, we never heard from him again.
Yes. Well, the funny thing is, okay, so originally the people that were up for this role, and this is the part that trips me out because one of these is going to stand out like a sore freaking thumb.
Okay.
Sean Penn, Gary Sinise, Kevin Bacon, Nicolas Cage, John Cusack, and Tom Hanks. I want to see a world where Tom Hanks plays Joel Goodson.
That's a totally different movie.
That is a totally different movie.
I can see it. I'm thinking what 83 Tom Hanks looked like when he was on Family Ties,
Bachelor
Party.
Party.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Or Bosom Buddies, that era. Yeah,
true.
exactly.
Playing Lana, Rebecca De Bornay, best known from The Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
Among other things.
A lot of other movies, but originally up for this, though, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh.
Yes. I could see that. I could definitely see
coming off
it.
of Grease, too.
Yeah.
Was
this post Scarface also, or is this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I can never get my dates right on Scarface. So.
And playing Guido the Killer Pimp. I still love that's my favorite thing to say right there.
Joey Pants.
Joey Pants.
Yes.
Joe Pantoliano.
With hair.
Yes. Well, he
and
paid
it's
enough
not a
for it.
rug, right?
No, it's not a rug this time.
Looks like it's right.
I don't wear a hairpiece. Yeah. Oh, wait, wrong movie. Playing Mr. Goodson, an actor by the name of Nicholas Pryor. He was in one of my favorite movies, The Gumball Rally.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Precursor to Cannonball Run.
Yes.
Hey, I'm sorry. It's got Raul Julia driving a Ferrari. What more do you need?
Hey, Raul Julia in anything.
Yes.
Let's be honest.
Mrs. Goodson was played by Janet Carroll. Janet was more of a Broadway actress.
Yeah.
She did a ton of stuff on Broadway. Didn't really have much of a movie career, but more definitely Broadway stuff. Playing Bill Rutherford, the man that comes to the house to interview Joel.
Yes.
Was Richard, I can't remember pronounce this, is it Mazer? Yeah.
I think so.
He was in License to Drive. Played the dad in License to Drive.
Oh, that's right. He did. I knew I recognized
was
it
also in, I think it was it My Girl 2? Played the My Girl 2. I can't remember. But he was also in the TV show Rhoda.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Playing It. Wasn't he? He was in the first version of It.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Look at Diana pulling one already.
That is
yeah.
right.
No, he's one of those like, hey, it's that guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
oh, there's a ton of those in here. Playing Miles Darby, something like that.
Miles. Yeah.
Curtis
Armstrong. In his first role.
Yes.
This is his first role. Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Charles DeMar. That's all he will always be Charles DeMar for me.
Yeah.
Continuing on this, we've got Barry Yes. Bonson Pinchot.
Yes, it was.
The precursor to go ahead. I know you want to.
Perfect Strangers. But the thing with that was the one I forgot that he was in this.
Yep.
Like again, that scene, that poker scene at the beginning, I was like, oh my God, look how young he is.
Well, when he showed up, I was like, it's Balky.
Yes, I know. Absolutely. It's Serge. It's Serge. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, so wow, we're already off topic. Okay, playing Vicky.
That happens a lot. So
Shara Denise, which is the former wife of Peter Falk.
What?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Wow.
She was actually in several episodes of Columbo, but she is the former wife of Peter Falk.
No way.
Playing Glenn.
Good on Peter Falk.
Was Raphael Starge. He was known in Once Upon a Time. He was in that series. Mm-hmm. But you boys will probably know him better from being the voices of Mass Effect. Oh. As Dave spits out his coffee.
That one got Dave.
Really?
Tell me I didn't do my homework.
There you go.
You know?
Nice.
Barry always comes in with like an encyclopedia full of knowledge on
Well,
stuff,
yeah, usually
so
they're going to shut me up.
Yeah.
So playing Jackie was Bruce A. Young. He was from The Sentinel. Chuck was Kevin Anderson from Sleeping with the Enemy. Yes, that guy from Sleeping In with the Enemy is in this movie.
The
boyfriend?
Nice guy?
Yeah, the boyfriend.
Wow, I did not put those together.
Oh, I did not. He was one of those, like, I know him from somewhere.
Yeah,
But
hey, it's that guy. Yeah.
That's all right, Diana. Hopefully this one will impress you. Playing the business teacher was Nathan Davis from Flowers in the Attic.
I did recognize that one.
I was like, wow.
And it took me a minute because I kept going, I know this guy from somewhere. I know why am I, what? And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
In the flashback scene, the babysitter was played by Anne Lockhart. She was Lieutenant Shelba in Battlestar Galactica.
No. The first one?
Yes.
The second one?
Yeah,
The original. And making her film debut in the smallest cameo you could possibly imagine as call girl, Megan Mullally.
Yes, I saw that in the credits,
yes.
and I went back looking for her.
I had to double check it as well.
Wow, I missed that one completely.
It's a blink if you miss it, kind of thing. But she's in there.
Yeah, it's like as they're coming through the door, and it's like they keep coming.
Yeah.
I'm going like, is that it? No, too tall.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, wow.
I think that's her.
Well,
like, it's really hard to tell.
Well, it's Chicago, so she had to be in there somewhere. So,
good point.
yeah.
Are we ready?
Is that why they thought about Gary Sinise for this role?
Yes, that's one of the big ones. And John Cusack, actually.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, good point.
It's Chicago.
Where was Piven? Then
That's
where
what I was
was
going to
Piven?
say. If
Cusack had been there,
Piven would have been there. He would have been at that party.
One last thing before you decide to butcher this movie, Alan. I can see, Diana, we're apologizing now. But
his summaries are always a bit
brutal. So
I only tell the truth.
Possible, and he was almost cast as Guido the Killer Pimp, but he turned it down, and I couldn't believe this. I had to check 3 different sources. Sinatra was on the list, and he actually had tested for it. He screen tested for it, and he turned it down.
But I can see him. In that role. I really can. Even then, because he was probably in his 60s at that point or something
Around
like that.
there,
yeah. He
I could still see him.
all those
I could
scenes.
still see him as heavy with no problems.
I just can't see him. Joel, baby, sweetheart, we got to talk. I just can't see that.
All
right.
Actually, I can see it.
All right.
All right.
Give us
Buckle in, kids. Here we go.
Diana, I know you're not familiar with this, but I write my own summaries for these movies.
He's attempting to get a job with IMDb with all those other awful summaries.
And this is guaranteeing it's never going to happen. So
here we go.
Yes, please summarize this movie because there are a lot of things going on in it.
There are so many things going on in this movie, but here is my summary. Joel Goodson is a high school student with serious anxiety about getting into college, but luckily for him, his friend Miles, is there to give him the perfect advice. Every now and then say, what the fuck? Which I have to say is tremendous advice, personally.
This is really great advice.
Yeah, why not?
All right.
I wrote it all down, too. I was like, what the fuck gives you freedom? Freedom brings opportunity.
Exactly.
He's right. He's completely
true.
right.
He's 100% true. All right. With his overbearing parents leaving town, Joel decides to have some fun. After tiring of dancing around in his underwear, talking to his friends about the money they'll make in the future, and letting one of his friends use his room for sex, Joel decides to take the Porsche out for a what the fuck ride. But Charles Miles has the idea that Joel needs to call an escort. That night, Jackie shows up at Joel's home with a little more than he was bargaining for. But Joel does the right thing and pays Jackie, and in exchange, Jackie gives him Lana's number. After feeling more stressed than ever, Joel calls Lana. That night, she seductively enters Joel's home, and the two have a cinematically erotic but completely impractical sex scene that I know 3 of the 4 of the people on this show watched on a loop in our teen years. The next day, Lana is still there, and she reveals that Joel owes her $300. Joel gets the money, but comes home to find out Lana has stolen his mother's crystal egg. So, Joel and Miles track Lana to a fancy hotel, but leave before confronting her. As they are leaving, Lana asks for a ride, but her manager, Guido, confronts them and chases them around town. They escape and head home for some off-camera fun, but the next morning, Lana won't leave, and Joel still hasn't learned not to leave a sex worker alone in your home, and he comes back from school to find out Lana has set up business in his parents' house. He asks her and Vicky to leave, but Guido shows up before they can go and threatens Joel not to make him have to come back. That night, Joel, Barry, and the gals get stoned and go for ice cream, and disaster strikes as his father's Porsche rolls into Lake Michigan.
It was so inevitable.
Yes.
Like the second they say, his dad says, like, don't touch the car.
Oh, something bad's going to happen. Absolutely.
It's like the timer has started and you keep waiting for it. And then there's like the chase. They're chasing with Guido and going around corners and you're like, and now?
No.
It's
no.
Porsche.
Make you wait.
Except no substitute.
Absolutely.
I mean, come on, you know?
All right. The next day at school, Joel gets suspended for an altercation with the school nurse. Joel runs to Lana in order to pay for the damage for the car. Joel and Lana go into business together, so Lana's friends set up shop at Joel's home, and Joel gets all of his high school-aged friends to come over and have sex with prostitutes. I'm sure none of them were underage. I mean, if you're going to break the law, why not break all the laws at once? As the party progresses, a recruiter from Princeton shows up at the house, and as the interview progresses, Joel has his what the fuck moment about college. Business is booming, and Joel and Lana duck out to have sex on a train. In a scene that Lenny Kravitz obviously watched before writing Justify My Love for Madonna, we get our second cinematically erotic but completely impractical sexual encounter. And the party ends... after the party ends, Joel now has enough money to pay for the car repairs, but when he comes home, the house is completely bare. With 2 hours before Joel's parents are set to be home, Guido has pulled the most Joey Pants move imaginable and holds Joel up for all the money made the night before. Joel and his buddies scramble to get all of his parents' items back in place before they arrive home, but once home, his mother drops the bad news that there is a crack in her crystal egg. But this is countered by the good news that Princeton's recruiter had a wonderful time at the party the night before and is recommending Joel for enrollment. As the movie ends, we see Joel slowly turn cold as he methodically grills Lana as to whether or not Lana set this whole mess in motion on purpose. As they walk through the park, we witness the birth of an American Psycho as Joel's voiceover reveals the Patrick Bateman he will one day become, and we fade to black. But the story is not over.
Oh, God.
22 years later, the crystal egg reemerges at a charity auction in Newport, California. But Ryan Atwood's brother Trey, fresh from prison, steals the egg and sells it, which leads Ryan and Seth on a wild mission to retrieve the egg and get it back to the auction before anyone knows it's gone. Just another day in the OC, bitch.
Why does it always come back to the OC?
That's my second OC reference.
Why does it always come back to the damn OC with you?
Because he has trash taste in
I
television.
love the OC. You will not speak ill of that show.
Jesus. Diana, welcome to our hell.
That's okay.
If you want to hear,
I grew up in the OC.
Well, there you go. So you know all about it. So
no one calls it that.
I know. They do now.
Nice.
If you really want to hear a good one, go back and listen to our Karate Kid episode.
Oh, God.
No.
Yeah, that was. It's bad when Dave and I look at each other going, why are we here?
So,
right.
yeah, I have not seen this movie probably since the 80s sometimes.
I watched it. Is it like on television? It'd come up every now and then.
This was a TBS Up All Night.
Oh, yes.
Occasional.
Or the USA Up All Night.
USA Up All Night.
Yeah.
This is a run to Sheer if there ever was one, you know?
Yeah.
I have one question before we really get into like the nuts and bolts of this
Go
whole
for it.
thing. Mm-hmm. And Diana, your expertise on this will be greatly appreciated.
Uh-huh.
Has Tom Cruise ever had a sex scene in a movie that does not imply that he is a robot who is trying really hard to prove how human he is by being good at the sex? I mean, it's... I mean, really, you think back to it. Even when you get into like
Days of Thunder.
Well, no, when
that
you
was
get,
creepy
no,
as
I mean,
hell.
yeah, the Top Gun, that was terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, you even go to like Eyes Wide Shut. I mean,
That's-
even that stuff is mechanical and like, yes, I am a human being. I am not a robot. I am here doing the sex just like everyone else.
Still
Look at
the
me,
worst
you know?
Christmas movie ever. The worst Christmas movie ever. We got into that argument a while back.
Yeah, there was a point on the train where he made a face that made me think he was about to throw up.
Yeah. I mean, it's just
Are you okay?
I know that I think on an episode of Laser Time, Chris and It's Me Sarah talked about Tom Cruise. Like they believe, I think Chris Antista said that he believes that Tom Cruise is asexual. Like he just there's nothing sexual about him whatsoever, and I tend to agree.
What, is he reproduced by fission
I don't
or something?
know,
Is
but
he
it's
just split down the middle. I mean,
maybe it's a Scientology thing. I don't know. It's just
don't say that. They're watching you now.
That's true. We're probably going to
now we're totally banned, and we have hit list out on us.
Yeah, thanks,
you.
Alan. We can never go back to Florida. Thanks again, buddy.
I never want to go back to Florida.
All right. Where do we start on this thing? Where do we actually begin with this one? Because there's so much going on here.
I mean, one thing that's like, I remember this as a sex comedy, but yeah, I haven't seen this since probably the late 80s.
Yeah.
And I just remember it as a sex comedy, and I lump it in with the other sex comedies, you know, not so much Porky's, but Revenge of the Nerds, Better Off Dead. That kind of thing.
I can see that.
Teen, sex-ish comedies. And I did not notice, this is a satire?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got that problem, though, that it's like a really good satire is indistinguishable from praising the thing it's actually commenting on. Where it's like you can watch this as like such a takedown of Reagan's America.
Yeah,
or you
capitalism
can watch
and all
it
that other
as
stuff. Yeah.
a giant praising of this is the American way. It's great. Screw everybody over. Money's the only thing that's important.
Literally and figuratively.
That reminds me, in that scene where they're at the diner and they're talking about like, you know, getting into college and this and that and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I love that his one friend is like, yeah, you know that like, you know, Harvard graduates, you know, for the MBA program start out making $40,000 a year. And I'm like, that's so cute.
Well, with inflation, we figured out on 30-20-10, because we look at stuff 30 years ago, we figured out money from 1992 was almost exactly double in 2022.
Well, I know from something
it's gonna be a little bit more. So starting out at 80 grand. Yeah,
well, we
bad.
discovered a few weeks ago by doing something for another podcast that money from like 1982 is about 3 times what
give or take
these days. Yeah, because it was a $500 phone bill that today would have been like $1,500.
Right.
Yeah, so it's give or take.
It was insane.
Yeah.
Well, and okay, so I'll start off with this one. I found out that the original title on this was not Risky Business. They had to change this title, and actually, it is said by who was the first prostitute that he brought home before he brought Lana home?
Jackie.
Jackie.
Yeah.
Jackie actually makes the quote that was the inspiration for the title. It was originally going to be called "White Boys Off the Lake." I can't make that up.
Makes perfect sense.
Well, but
it makes perfect sense.
It makes perfect sense. But the funny thing is, they nixed that idea because they said it sounded too much like a Broadway play.
That makes sense.
I would totally go see White Boys on the Lake. That sounds like fun.
There's so many ways you could go.
I know.
It's a
But yeah, I mean, it just the whole premise behind this, and you know, everything taking place in Chicago, everything taking place not even in Chicago for the most part, but in the suburbs of Chicago.
Yes.
You know, you've got the perfect backdrop and settings for these things, and it kind of goes back to what we were talking about on Adventures in Babysitting. Apparently, Chicago was like the default location if you needed to set a kids adventure movie or
for
whatever.
most of the 80s.
As we were saying, in the 80s, and I
yeah.
think that was like Hollywood's like, oh, Chicago's in the middle of America. This will be middle America. It's
Yeah,
still near.
I think
It's still near.
Hughes.
Right. Yeah. It's still near like a big city, but you know we can set it in the suburbs. Like exactly. All the John Hughes stuff.
Oh, there's a lake
Every
there.
single
We can
one
make
of them.
everybody from the farm.
Yeah,
and move them into the
exactly.
city.
Well, but that wasn't Chicago. That was Shermer, Illinois.
Yeah, but it's
Sure.
outside
Yeah,
Chicago.
this is Glencoe, but they filmed in Highland Park.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the theme of don't leave the suburbs, white boys. or else you're gonna get into trouble.
Yes. We
The second
discovered
you go downtown, bad things happen.
we discovered that with Adventures in Babysitting.
Yes.
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%. Oh, you think you're so tough? Yeah, you're the toughest kid in Shermer.
Right.
Yeah.
Bring it. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I want to take a minute. And
Okay, go right ahead.
Talk about the Porsche. Let's talk about the
Porsche.
I mean, come on.
Could they have picked a worse model Porsche?
The 928?
This is a 944.
No, this was a 928.
Was that a 928?
928S.
Then it had a body kit on it.
They used one 944 for later on. So this is what Dave and I get into. Alan kind of comes along for the ride, but they actually had 4 different cars on this one and one 944, and all but one were completely destroyed in this.
I was going to say, if that was a 928, they put the 44 body kit on it to make it look like a 44.
So is anyone buying that Cadillac DeVille that's like a mile long was keeping up with that Porsche?
Not even close. Not even one left turn and they're gone.
And I know this because my parents had one of those style Cadillacs in the 80s. Those things took forever to turn around, and you were not making a tight turn whatsoever.
Had it been the interstate and one big long shot,
that maybe.
The Cadillac would have kept up, but the first time you turn left in that Porsche, that Cadillac is going to go 3 miles past the turn.
It's true. But yes, just that, and to your point, Diana, as far as you saw it coming, you knew that was going to be like one of the MacGuffins of the movie. Something is going to have to be a reason for this thing to go on.
And they really telegraphed it.
Oh, yeah.
When she goes back to the car and she goes to get her purse and hits the gear shift, and it's like, oh, it's going to
here we go.
Is it now or is it in 30 seconds to like build the tension? And there it is.
But they telegraphed it terribly.
Oh, I know. It's
yeah. Well, I like that they telegraphed it also in dialogue.
Oh,
At the same time, she's got a really good comeback of don't lay judgments on me while leaning on your dad's $40,000 car.
Yes.
Just like she's making a really good point about his privilege, but she also just told us the sticker price, so we know the stakes. So the 30 seconds later, when it starts to roll, we go, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
wait a minute. We're talking about a movie that was based in Chicago that involves a very expensive car that gets destroyed. What does that sound like to you?
No, never heard of another movie like that at all.
No?
Can't imagine. I can't put my finger on it.
Let's talk about Rebecca De Mornay for a second.
Please.
Oh my.
Rebecca De Mornay, she kind of got a little bit pigeonholed into this role a little bit because there was this and there was And God Created Woman. I don't know if you guys ever saw that. As well as The Slugger's Wife and a few others where she was kind of like the sex pot or whatever. The
Slugger's Wife, one of the only movies that actually features the Atlanta Braves.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
And it's one of those things that, especially if you go back and watch The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, she is magnificent in that movie.
Absolutely.
Okay? Mm-hmm. And it's funny because thinking back, I don't know about you guys, but Diana, did you ever watch The Practice?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember, she was in the last season of it when they were introducing like what was going to go on to become Boston Legal.
Yeah.
Although she didn't make the jump over to the new series.
Right.
She was a lawyer at that Denny Crane's law firm, and she did that wonderful thing where she was like this tough as nails, like don't mess with me, I will destroy you in court. But then when she was outside court and dealing with people, she was the most compassionate person.
Yeah, and
it really showed her range of not just there; it's there in other places. Going back to And God Created Woman, which was kind of in that. It was kind of billed as a whole like sex comedy thing or whatever, but it wasn't. It was like no. She developed this character that had depth and had, and all this kind of stuff. And I kind of feel like Rebecca De Mornay has kind of been slept on over the years.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. I mean, she's definitely had, smaller roles that she's appeared in that have
Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
She was in that.
Yeah,
she was
absolutely.
wonderful in that.
So, and she knows how she can do comedy. She can do drama. She can play the serious role, play silly. I would agree that she's definitely one that's more of an unsung hero type.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Her background. Sorry to interrupt.
That's
her
okay,
background is kind of nuts, though.
Oh, enlighten us.
Yes.
Her dad. She was not raised by him. She was raised by her stepdad. But her biological father is a guy named Wally George, who people, especially in the LA area or a lot of California, would know is basically Alex Jones before Alex Jones.
Oh, lovely.
He was a radio guy who then had like bad public access TV shows late at night where he'd yell about how communists were coming to take everything and only true patriots, blah, 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 blah. Like,
kind of a Morton Downey Jr. type, yeah.
Yeah, without the skill.
Oh. I don't think that is a sentence I ever thought I would utter.
No, Morton, he was a pro. He knew what he was doing.
He was entertaining. I'll give him that. He was extremely entertaining.
Hey, he made it into WrestleMania. I mean, come on,
Yeah, Wally George was a lot less entertaining entertaining, but he was still like, you turn around and you're like, oh, what's this psycho talking about now? And it was like fluoride in the water is turning the frog's day kind of thing.
Okay,
but back in like the early 80s, like, oh God. Yeah, I think she did not have much to do with it.
Okay.
They might have reconnected eventually, but yeah.
Well, and apparently she and Tom Cruise had a thing going on during the filming of this. They were kind of seeing each other kind of off and on, which made for some interesting tensions on the set, from what I understand. So it was
again, going back to what I said earlier, there just didn't seem to be any real sexual tension between the two of them. I mean, like it wasn't like, oh, I can see these two.
More of a transaction.
It really was. And I'm not joking. Like,
kind of fitting, don't you think?
I know I was making a joke about like towards the end of it, where like he very much becomes a Patrick Bateman type person by the time you get to the end of it.
Well,
and I was like, wow, that literally was like from the end of the party, and him, doing, hey, I made $8,000 in one night, and this and that, to like that last little tagged scene of them walking through the park and stuff. I'm like,
time of your life
is what we're not seeing off screen is where they walk off into the park and he like kills her, and like I don't know, I could see it happening the way his demeanor was at that point.
Dude, you really need to get out more. You know that? We got to get you a date.
And that's the happy ending.
Yeah, exactly. I know, exactly. It's like
well, actually, okay. So since we're on it, let's go ahead and talk about it. There was actually two endings.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
There was two endings on this.
Okay.
It was a totally different one on this, and I have the script here. Give me just a moment. Basically, in the original ending on this, the whole scene where they're walking and Joel asked Lana, was our night together just a setup?
Yes.
And initially she said no. Well, in this one she says no, and then she turns to him and says, why does it have to be though? So she comes over, sits on his lap, and the camera pulls back, and they're sitting there at dinner, and as they're pulling back, you see this view of Lake Michigan, and you realize that they're sitting at the top of the Hancock Building, which is like one of the premier buildings in Chicago with the best view possible. And when they viewed this, it made Joel come across as just this cold-hearted, these two are just going to go separate ways and have nothing to do with each other at the end of it. Mm-hmm. And when they pre-screened that, audiences hated it. They absolutely hated it. They were like, no, this is not what we want. So they reshot the ending so that they did kind of the whole, how much money you got?
Yeah.
20, that kind little play off of, and they kind of walk off into the sunset type thing, and you have the whole time of your life, kid.
Right.
That scene played better, but it's still. If you go and find the Blu-ray copy on this, and I think it was on the original DVD too, I'm not sure. They have both endings on there, and it's a totally different feel on that first ending.
Yeah. Well, that's again what I'm saying. Like when they're in the restaurant, the way he is there, and again when they get out into the park. They're trying to lighten it up a little bit. It's such a light switch moment I
had never really thought about it until you actually mentioned it in your summary. This almost feels like a prequel to American
this is like
Psycho.
the rise of Patrick Bateman. I mean, really. Which we know that Christian Bale patterned Bateman, his portrayal of Bateman off of Tom Cruise.
Well,
and everybody talks about this movie, and what they talk about is Tom Cruise in his underwear doing the dance,
which was totally
improv.
Totally improv on the set.
And how many times have we seen that parodied and stuff?
Oh yeah,
hundreds,
tons
and tons.
Nobody talks about how actually creepy the undertone of the movie is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. I mean, again, it's
the difference.
Say what you will, it's
well, it's like we've said multiple times in this podcast. It's the difference between looking at these movies in 1983, 4, 5 eyes versus looking at them through 2022 eyes. Totally different perspective.
One of the funny things that I noticed rewatching it, you see the movie poster or the DVD box or whatever, and it's that picture of him with the sunglasses on with the big smile.
Yep.
That is not the tone of this movie by
No.
any stretch of the imagination.
Although, because of those sunglasses, because of this
the
movie,
Ray-Bans went up,
3,000% sale went up. I had to double check that. I was like, there's no way. But the Ray-Bans had been around for a little bit before that, with military and stuff like that. But the Wayfarers did not sell that well. The only people that were wearing the Wayfarers before that was the Blues Brothers.
Yeah, that's
That was really the only time that you saw that in movies too much. You know,
that increase is on par with the Navy recruitment after Top Gun.
Exactly, and the aviator glasses.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's one thing I wanted to point out is like it's so strange that I looked at some reviews of the time, and a lot of fancier film critics were comparing this to The Graduate, which I think is I can see some meat there. I see a little. There's a little bit there.
If you squint hard enough,
but,
yeah.
But then to think it's only 3 years to Top Gun.
Yes.
And it's like here he is clearly supposed to be a child. You know,
Yes.
well, 18, whatever. But it's like he's obviously lost. He doesn't know who he is. He's preppy as hell, but he's scared of kind of everything.
Yeah, this is after The Outsiders.
Yes, that's how he got the role.
Is it also after? Is it Everybody's All American or not? Everybody's All American, but you know, what
All
I'm
the Right
trying-
Moves.
All the Right Moves. Is this after?
All the
that?
Right Moves is a couple months later.
Yeah,
Couple,
I think it came right after.
So we were still, but yeah, you're right. It moves from like that kind of stuff. Then you get Legend in there somewhere, and then you're into what we know as Tom Cruise now.
But
you know,
let's be fair. The only redeeming quality about Legend was Tim Curry.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You drop Tim Curry into anything, it's going to be at least 3 times better. Than
You can also tell a person's age and where they come from by where they know Tim Curry from.
Fair.
That's true.
and for me, that's Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Exact same here.
Was in the cast for almost 3 years, baby. I understand. You know? So
I
actually,
guarantee you don't look as good in fishnets, though.
you have no idea.
I do look good in denim, though.
I make a damn cute Columbia. Shut up.
There you go. Oh, there you go. Fair enough.
I love it. Diana's laughing.
I figured you were going to go with
because she
Eddie,
thinks I'm
maybe. You know,
kidding. Oh, I did play Eddie. But actually, Diana,
Yeah,
this is.
I was thinking Eddie too.
I've done Eddie.
Me.
There's only 2 characters that I never played. I never played Janet, and I never played Magenta.
Okay.
I'm going to leave it at that.
Hey, fair enough.
But
I'm not going to be able to sleep.
You're welcome.
That's kind of one. That's a couple of visuals.
You were
I
hoping
never
to get
needed.
stuff done anyway, Dave. You didn't need sleep. So, Diana, actually, this one's just for you because I know what a huge fan you are of classic cinema, and you know you're probably the most versatile person on that I've ever spoken with.
No, thank
There is actually a premise on this that this movie was based off of Bertolucci's The Conformist. Because this is kind of the satire of capitalism wrapped up in a teen comedy, and The Conformist was a political drama that was kind of wrapped up in the whole 40s fascist regime type thing. And I was like, that's really interesting. I kind of want, I haven't seen The Conformist yet, but I kind of want to go back and see that just to see what kind of parallels there are on this. But I saw that showing multiple different places that they were citing this as a an inspiration for it or kind of a takeoff of it.
I mean, I see the parallels in that they're both about young men, you know, hitting manhood and having no idea who they are.
Right.
And kind of just going whichever way the wind is blowing, just trying to figure it out.
Isn't that like men their entire lives?
Yeah, isn't that men, comma, all? Yeah. But I mean, that's what's so weird about this when you're so used to seeing, you know, Tom Cruise after Top Gun, he's so cocksure and everything. And in this, like, he's just anxious about everything.
Well, and he got the baby
he's
fat.
He
got the chubby little baby fat, too.
From,
Yeah.
He's getting advice from Booger and Balky.
Yes, I know.
Hey. And I have
amazing.
to say this.
And they're doing better with women than he is.
Yes.
True. And the poker scene. I have to bring this up.
Let's talk about the poker scene.
I have never seen. Okay, I am not a smoker of any form and have never been in my life, but I've had many friends of mine that have been cigarette, cigar, other substances, have basically been involved.
Why are you
in
pointing
that.
at me?
Has there ever been somebody that destroyed a cigar worse?
Oh, that was
in
terrible.
a
I did
film
notice
than
that.
Curtis Armstrong chewing the ever-loving hell out of the end of that cigar.
Man. And the thing is, if you notice, he had tobacco on the side of his
Yes.
cheek. I noticed that immediately. I was like, dude, seriously, get that thing out of his mouth.
I
This is
honestly
ridiculous.
think that he mistook the cigar for like a rope of chew.
I don't know, but it just I agree.
He turned it into a cheroot. I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, but that kind of works because they're pretending to be adults.
Absolutely.
Well, that's
Absolutely.
just it. And you can tell that
exactly.
he has absolutely no idea what
Nobody
the hell
at
he's
that
doing,
table knew what to do with a cigar. None of them.
It was one scene that stuck out in my mind. I was just like, this is so difficult to watch this.
Yeah, that and it's and that leads into the talk that he has with Miles, and again that whole sometimes you just gotta say what the fuck, you know, and that even way back when I watched this movie, I remember because I was was a teenager the last time I saw it, and I was like, I think that's actually pretty good advice. And now as an almost 50-year-old man, I'm like, no, that's excellent advice.
Well, I mean, we see it advance on into SFW.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Very
exactly.
true.
It's a very Gen X motto, you know. It's
And I found out also that there was one other scene other than the underwear scene. There's one other scene that Brickman actually allowed Tom Cruise to kind of improv on one line.
Okay.
And it was so perfect that he's got to keep it in there. Do you remember the scene where after the recruiter leaves and Lana comes in the room and goes, so how we do? And he sends up and goes, looks like University of Illinois.
Yes.
That face, that was just completely ad-lib. And he threw that out there.
And I noticed that felt a little out of place.
Yes.
It was like, okay.
But is somebody...
The AI is learning. Okay, here we go. It's like,
but as somebody who lived in Illinois for a while, not far from that place,
Yeah.
it kind of fit, actually.
It's kind of like you're looking for any opportunity to get the hell away from it. But,
Well, come on. He had 1157 SAT and a 3.14 GPA. What the hell? I don't know if he can get into University of Illinois.
yeah,
you're not wrong.
Definitely. Even the recruiter says, he's going through all of his stuff, and he's like,
why did he even come here?
I know.
Like, you had his file and be like, dude, I'm sorry.
I think they mentioned somewhere in the movie that his dad had a friend.
I think it was something
who was doing him a solid.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he actually says that during that time. Because at the end of it, when his dad comes back and says, hey, we heard from, was it Bill, I think was his name.
Something like that.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, you're getting into Princeton, type thing. It's like, hey, I guess we all know what we have to do in order to get into Princeton now.
Yeah.
He set
Get the recruiter laid.
Yeah, exactly.
Most likely
Either that
repeatedly.
or have your parents tell them that you're a rower or something. I don't know. It's
Photoshop yourself in.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I love it's not just you got accepted to Princeton. It's, Princeton could use a man like you.
Which just sounds so creepy.
Which means he's going to be their new party planner.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what exactly was thinking. Like, he's going to be rolling in dough until the feds catch up to him. So
the official campus pimp.
Exactly.
Good job.
So, okay, well, then you know what we got to do. We got to do a double feature with this and The Social Network, just going back to back.
Speaking of robots.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man.
All right. So,
man, look, I know as Gen Xers we're nihilistic and all, but Jesus Christ, that is...
Hey, man, you set the bar. I just jumped over it, all right? All right, so
let's talk about the music.
Yeah, I was about to say, let's get into the soundtrack.
I love...
Hold on, stop.
Okay.
You two have been talking way too much.
All right, go, Dave.
Give Miss Diana a chance to go first.
Yes.
Go right ahead.
Oh, well, we're talking about Tangerine Dream.
Yes.
Speaking of Legend,
Yes.
I hate their music in Legend. I love it in this.
Oh, my gosh. It was just...
It was perfect.
Like,
it was perfect for the film, honestly.
Yeah, there's a certain amount of like a weird Japanese influence to it. Just sort of the little plinky kind of sounds. And yeah, I'd somehow totally forgotten about this. It's like, this is basically a techno score. And I like
in a lot of ways.
It worked so well with the way that it was setting up because it did kind of have that mid-'80s feel to it through the entire thing, and it just kind of kept pushing the movie on.
Again, especially thinking about this being 83.
Yeah.
Of course, we're full on new wave at this point. But it also makes sense with like you said with that mechanic. It's very mechanical. Like the music, I mean, it's good, but it's very synth driven, and it's kind of that
you expect to see a guy
synthetic,
run it.
Basically, it makes perfect for this era.
Sounds like it was done on a Casio.
Yeah, and I love that type of stuff now. I didn't dig it so much back then, but now I'm like, no. This puts me in a place in time.
Well, and the funny thing is, if you go back and look at the actual listings that were on this soundtrack,
I've got them right here.
Oh, there we go.
Man.
Was already on it. Of course, everybody knows it was Bob Seger and Silver Bullet Band with Full Time Rock and Roll. but you also had Muddy Waters, which is that Chicago influence with the Manish Boy.
Manish Boy.
You had Jeff Beck with The Pump. You had Prince on here with DMSR. And you had Journey, After the Fall. Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight. And Love on a Real Train. Oh, Tangerine Dream again.
Yeah, there's
so. But there are some songs that were left off the soundtrack.
That's true.
Are incredible songs. You had Hungry Heart by Springsteen.
Yep.
You had Every Breath You Take by the Police.
I missed that one.
And let us not forget Talking Heads doing Swang.
Yes.
That was it. And I was like, oh my God, they're doing the freaking Talking Heads in here. Yes. Give me more of that. You know? And the fact that those didn't make the soundtrack, I was shocked when I went back and looked at it. And
that's not unusual, though. I mean, we how many movies have we covered on here where we talk about the soundtrack and they were like, oh yeah, and then
you two always get
there was all this other music.
You guys get mad at me because then I'm listing off the songs that got left off the soundtrack.
That's
in with the soundtrack.
We're not mad at you. We're mad that they were left off. That's what we're mad at. When we did Back to the Future and they were covering all the old 50s hits, and I'm like, yes, give me more of this, please.
Yes.
But, I mean, when you can't talk...
What's weird about... Oh, I'm sorry.
No, please jump in.
All right. No, but the thing that... The setup to the old-time rock and roll scene, I totally forgot about. Like, in context, it's so much better than it is as just, a little clip or a parody or whatever, because right before that is Dad talking about the freaking equalizer on the fancy stereo. And I was like, oh God, that's such an 80s, 70s thing of like this
mammoth stereo.
High-tech equipment.
I still have all my 80s stereo equipment out in the garage that I'm hoping to be able to turn the garage into another room and set it all back up again.
Just promise me you're not going to dance in your underwear. Promise me.
Nobody wants that, including my wife. So let's just not do that.
That was, and I love the way his dad approached that.
Yeah,
where he brings him in and he's playing, the classical music, and he's like, "Tell me what's wrong with this," and it's a total setup. We've all had that moment with our dad. Like, tell me what's wrong with this. It's like, oh crap, what did I do?
Yeah.
And he's complaining about too much bass. Yeah, that's the whole thing. There's too much bass. Pulls it all the way down and puts just a little bit. It's like, oh my goodness.
And we would be remiss if we didn't spend at least a little bit of time of talking about at least the two biggest songs that came off of this soundtrack. I mean,
old time rock and roll.
As much as that song's become cringy to me, it's still a classic. You hear it, you immediately go to Tom Cruise dancing around in his underwear singing Into a Candlestick. At least we hope it was a candlestick. Anyway, but it just that scene has become so iconic. Yet, for me, if you're going to talk about Risky Business, it's In the Air Tonight. Because that song, oh my gosh.
I had forgotten that was in here. Like, I just rewatched this last night. And as soon as it started, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this now. But then it fades out before they actually get into it.
Well, and it's funny you say that because for the longest time, after seeing this movie years later, I kept associating that song with Miami Vice.
Exactly.
Yes. And then went back and actually saw the movie again. And I was like, oh crap, I forgot it. And it was in that scene too,
Right, yeah.
And not to mention
back when there weren't security cameras on the trains, you could do whatever you wanted.
There wasn't a security guard on the train.
Exactly.
In fact, I think didn't they stop the train, get the drunk guy off
the train, and set him off the train? Yes.
It's like, sorry, dude, trying to get laid. Get off of here.
Yeah, that.
But I mean, is this one of the most iconic soundtracks of all time?
No.
I don't think so. But I do think that there are elements of it that you hear and you're gonna go back.
Oh, absolutely.
In the Air Tonight, the Tangerine Dream song when they're on the train. Absolutely, you can't hear that without seeing that train going by.
Bob Seger obviously had been around for a while.
Oh God, yes.
To this, and it had many, many hits.
Yep.
But old time rock and roll was probably his biggest and most well known.
I definitely think
after that
shot it
time,
up. Yeah.
Granted, when he did the stuff for Beverly Hills Cop, that became on. But that old time rock and roll seems to be the go to for him for most people when you say Bob Seger. That or Night Moves, one of the two.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I remember reading an article years ago with Bob Seger when they were talking about the song when it was printed, because he did not write the song initially.
No,
it was brought to him by his manager, and it was all about literally the lyrics were stuff like Chuck Berry did this and Little Richard did that, blah blah blah, and he was like, okay, I'll do the song, but we are going to go in for a complete rewrite on this. And the only thing they kept of the original lyrics was the old time rock and roll part of it. All the verses were completely rewritten to what we know today. So.
Okay, well, I have to bring it up because we always talk about it at the end or towards the end of these is sequels, remakes, prequels, all of those types of things.
We did get a sequel to this. It's called American Psycho.
I did some digging. I looked in multiple sources. I couldn't find a single thing that was saying that they were going to remake this movie.
Thank God.
And thank God for that because
I think it definitely falls into that. You can't make this today.
Absolutely.
Because the idea of we're going to give a bunch of kids experience with sex workers. It's like my husband walked in while we were watching, big party scene, and he said it looked like a bar mitzvah in there. Like everyone's 13.
Well, there's that one scene. It's just like a little interstitial, where there's that one kid who's obviously a lot younger than everyone else, sitting on the edge of the couch, and the two women are sitting there with him, and he looks over and smiles at him and gets up and just walks away.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh,
it's Wormser.
Please don't.
Wormser from Revenge of the Nerds.
I know, but I'm just like, please don't let this go where I think it's going to go because I'll never be able to watch this off of me.
Yeah, and there is a very important scene that is missing from this, which is where any girl at that high school hears about this.
Oh, I know.
Because believe me, they're all going to hear probably that night. I was surprised no girls started showing up thinking, oh, this is just a rager at Joel's house.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
And when they find out, every guy that they know
has just
decided, it's cheaper than dating to just go to a sex worker. My time is not pleasurable to spend. Let's all go to a movie together. No. You just want to fuck me.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Oh my God, there would be murders.
I'm so glad you reminded me of that because I was watching the movie when he's sitting in that diner with those other two kids and he's going through. So how much did you spend on dinner? How much did you spend on this? Blah blah. And what happened? Yes. Oh, she went and she had sex with somebody else. Hey, you were already $60 in. Hey, maybe you can. I was like, wow.
It's the used car salesman hard sell is what it was.
Yeah. And I don't know if you guys watch this streaming on HBO where it has a little intro.
No, it didn't.
From Turner Classic Movies talking about costuming.
Oh, cool.
All right.
I had not even noticed. They point out that the whole movie, he is dressed as the most preppiest of preppies with his little boat shoes and everything. And that's the point where he is now dressed casual in that scene. All of a sudden now he's got a t-shirt with a sport coat on over it, which is like a perfect 80s look.
Yes.
Sunglasses at night, selling this kid on women are commodities, so you should just pay up front.
So he had a Michael Corleone moment where the camera spun around and all of a sudden he became a villain. Okay, all right. I can see that. Yeah,
I really liked the scene at the party between Joel and Miles on the front lawn.
And I don't pay.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I don't, I'm doing okay for myself. I'm good. You know, kind of thing where it's like, oh, look, not only does he give good advice, he also has some pretty good, hey, I don't need to do this. Okay, this is.
I'm fine.
I'm fine. I'm good. You guys go have fun. I'm be out here.
Good.
I won't smoke my pipe. I'll be all right.
But what's worse about it?
My half pipe. I'm good.
Exactly.
But what's worse about it is he's the one who put Joel on this path.
It's true.
This is his idea.
Oh, here was one little continuity error I found.
Oh God.
Okay,
just one.
But this is one that really for me because I always get the weird stuff. When Miles calls Jackie, okay, and he's like, okay, and Joel's like, call him back, okay, call her back, right. Stop it, and he takes the number and he chews it up and swallows it, but then that later in a voiceover, he says when Miles is not there. Joel says that he called Jackie to find out where Lana lived. And it's like, wait a second, you didn't have the number because Miles swallowed it. Well, how did you find? I'm sure he could have gone to.
I can justify that.
He could go to the newspaper.
There's no redial. It's
exactly.
1983.
Exactly.
But at that point, he had a face-to-face with Jackie.
Did she leave? But did she leave her number?
No, she left Lana's number.
Left Lana's number, but there's nothing to say that in that interaction out of scene that it couldn't have happened.
It's a headcanon, I know.
Yeah. Oh, can we talk about Jackie?
Sure.
I love Jackie.
Yes.
My memory of this is that Jackie is a punchline. They call a girl out of the back of the personal ads.
Right.
And Jackie shows up, who is a black trans woman. And I remember there being like, oh my God, there's a guy in a dress in my house. He's going to kill me. He's a psycho. And
that wasn't there.
That's not there at all.
Not
they treat Jackie. Jackie is a real nice person. She's treated with respect. She never gets misgendered.
No.
Always calls her, no matter what. I was like, and then they call her back later of asking for advice, getting some help.
Well,
Jackie is a fucking star.
She took it as kind of like a no harm, no foul too. It's like clearly I'm not what you're looking for.
Right.
So let me steer you in the right direction.
Yes.
There was a mutual respect.
Yeah, absolutely.
After the initial shock.
And she also didn't hold him up for. I mean, like she was like, "Hey, look, my time." And he's like, "Oh yeah, sure." And even he said, "No, that's reasonable. That's no problem. Here you go." Yeah.
Yeah. I need car fare. I came all the way from downtown.
White boys
fair.
My time is worth this amount of money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I noticed that as well. It's like,
I was shocked that Jackie is such a nice
especially
person.
for this era.
Yeah, no kidding.
83, no one uses the F slur.
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
God, that's something we've run into quite a few times. Doing these movies, it's like, oh yeah, we're into that again. Okay,
it's how one word can kill a perfectly great movie.
Look, I always go back. Most people won't remember this. But if you go back and watch the movie Johnny Be Good, Anthony Michael Hall.
Do I have to?
But no, the opening scene, the speech that the coach gives them in the locker room, he uses that slur probably 15 times in that opening sequence. And I'm like, wow, talk about a movie that could be canceled today with problems. I mean, it's just like, wow, goodness.
Well, okay, so that segues in. We'll go around the room kind of wrapping up here. Okay. Final thoughts on this. Is it rewatchable? Is it something that you're going to, does it deserve all the credit that it gets? Do you think it's overhyped? What's your final thoughts on it? We'll start with you, Alan.
Okay. I did not enjoy this movie as much as I remembered it being.
Okay.
I didn't remember it wound up, it had pacing issues. It was really slow in some areas. And I just, again, kind of like what you said, Diana, I remember it being, it's a sex comedy from the 80s. And then like watching it, I'm like, this is not a sex comedy.
No.
This is a lot more serious than I remember it being. Even if it is a parrot, if it is a satire, it still is like, wow, they really, like at least Tom Cruise and Rebecca De Mornay are really playing this very seriously.
Right.
If someone asked me to be on their podcast and talk about this, I'd probably go back to rewatch it just a ton. But I can't see it. It's definitely not one of Tom Cruise's better movies.
Right.
It's an interesting timepiece.
Okay.
It's a very interesting timepiece, but just not my thing.
Fair. Dave, what do you think?
So you and I have very different opinions on what timing issues are in movies. Because I believe in leaving...
Coming from the video editor here.
Yeah, exactly. I believe in leaving space in the movie for the storyline to be able to breathe and expand. But that being said, this isn't one that I would have probably gone back and rewatched unless we were doing this episode. Mm-hmm. And remakes, you can't.
Yeah.
No.
I just...
No.
And I think this movie is probably remembered more for that one short scene of Tom Cruise dancing in his underwear to old time rock and roll than the rest of the movie is actually remembered.
Yeah.
I think it's known for one scene and one scene only, and everybody forgets everything else that's attached to it.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. I'll say that with me, is it rewatchable? Possible? I mean, it's one of those things I think every now and then you have to go back and rewatch bad movies to remind you that they're bad movies. And, this is definitely, because it's really easy to get wrapped up in the nostalgia aspect of it and forget, this was a shitstorm of a movie, okay? And I love the soundtrack. I loved the way that, there's so many good things about this movie, but there's so many just horrendously bad things about it that it just... it's a difficult watch all the way around. It's definitely not something that I'm going to be breaking out every year and say, hey guys, come over, let's watch Risky Business. I think that I would be intrigued to see a sequel to this. I'd love to see what happens with Joel and with
40
Lana.
years later.
40 years later, how did that affect their lives?
Yeah.
Where are they at now with this? I think that would be interesting. A remake or a prequel? Absolutely not. No.
All right, so Diana, we're going to give you the final word on this.
Yes.
Is it going to be a clean sweep?
Would I recommend this to people? Just, hey, want to watch a movie? No, I wouldn't, because it gets into very uncomfortable territory all over the place. It does have some things that I was not expecting that were like better than expected, like how Jackie is treated, than treating sex work as work. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, it's actually, yes, this is her job, and he doesn't necessarily judge her for it. Like, no one gets, called a dirty whore or anything. So, appreciate it. I think if you come at it as this is a satire about 80s capitalism, then it plays really well with that in mind. And especially because of our distance from the 80s, everything that's dated about it ends up working for it. Like, in a weird way, it makes me think of RoboCop.
I could see that. I can definitely see that.
Absolutely.
Because RoboCop was taken at face value a lot by a lot of people at the time. And then you watch it now, it's 80s-nish. The 80s-ishness of it all.
I'd buy that for
ends
$1.
Up helping the parody of 80s commercial, super consumerism. Right. So
that's a good comparison.
80s-ness, if you made this today and everyone looked like it was 2022, it wouldn't hit because the 80s adds to the satire, I guess. So, yeah, I think my big thing is if you have nostalgia for this, you probably haven't watched it in a while.
I think that is
the
most
good
astute statement to make right there.
That is very much.
That's a nice summary.
If you really get nostalgic, go back and just listen to the soundtrack. The soundtrack is so much better than the movie itself.
That's fine. So,
well, I guess we need to wrap this guy up.
Well, before we get out of here, since I have Diana Goodman on here, we're going to do a birthday quiz.
Yay!
How did I know?
All right.
Awesome.
Diana, you and Barry are going to go head-to-head on this.
How did I get thrown into this?
because you are the trivia
will be
guy.
the trivia
Damn
guy.
it. All right.
I will go ahead and apologize up front. I could not find as much on this person as I wanted to, but I think I got enough here. Born August 9th, 1958, so she is turning 63.
Okay.
Originally from Winter Park, Florida, she studied acting at New York City's Neighborhood Playhouse. She got her first break in 1982 on All My Children.
Demi Moore.
From good guess though. Yeah. From there, she had a few roles in movies, but found her real success on television. She transitioned behind camera in the early 90s, and since then has found great success as a director. I'm going to go as a director. She has done episodes of Veronica's Closet, The Jamie Foxx Show, Two Girls, a Guy in a Pizza Place, Jesse, Dharma and Greg, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Reba, George Lopez, and Mad TV.
Wow.
Okay.
Movies that she has appeared in. Well, she hasn't done a whole lot of a movie, but she had a bit part in Protocol. She was in Fraternity Vacation. She was in the TV movie Here Comes the Monsters. She was in one of my favorite 90s B movies, The Doom Generation.
Okay.
She has a role in the upcoming movie Bros.
Oh,
anyone?
I really want to watch Bros too.
It looks good. I really want to see that movie.
I love Billy Eichner.
All right.
Wow, my brain has been stuck on Meg Ryan for some reason, but I don't think that's it. Right.
Her biggest movie role was in the 1985 movie Fright Night.
Oh,
crap.
Yeah.
All right, this one's going to give it away. And her biggest role that everyone knows her from is from the television show Married with Children.
Katie Seagal.
Nope.
Katie Seagal.
Nope.
No?
Oh, Christine Applegate.
Nope.
Chicken Head. What's her name?
Name. Fuck. Damn it. Marcy.
Marcy. Amanda Bierce.
Amanda Bierce.
Thank you, Diana. I don't feel so bad now.
Here you go. Here's something else I didn't find out.
She did all that directing. Wow.
Her directing, like you go and look at her IMDb on directing, is like at least twice as large as her acting.
Wow.
Stuff.
Nice.
She appeared as Marcy Rhodes / Darcy. In two non-Married with Children related episodes of television. One of them was in 1990's The Earth Day special, which was I think was something that went across a whole bunch of networks. You know, I vaguely remember it.
Cross network.
But then in 2001, she appeared on the show, the television show Nikki as Marcy Darcy.
Nikki had so many weird little.
I know,
tie-ins.
and I was like, oh wow. So, but Amanda Bierce's birthday is August 9th. So,
happy birthday,
and I
Amanda.
love her. I have always loved her. So
she's someone's like. I mean, all she did was take abuse.
Married
with Children. She was so good at it.
I know. I love that when the Rhodes are first introduced, that they're Reagan era Republicans, you know, and then by the time that she's with Jefferson later, she's all hardcore Democrat and just.
It's amazing what Steve will do.
Yeah, well,
and can we just admit that I love National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
Yes.
But the next door neighbors are completely rip-offs of the Darcys.
Well,
the Rhodes, not the Darcys.
Well, the Rhodes,
the Rhodes more
not
than
the
Darcys.
Darcys,
Yeah, I can see that. So.
Yeah, because they're such awful yuppies.
Yes, they are. And Julie
the carpet wet.
Louis-Dreyfus.
I don't know.
All right, well, we're going to get out of here. Diana, where can everyone find you?
They can find me on Twitter at LeCineNerd, LeCineNerd, or every single week on the podcast 30-20-10, where we look at movies, TV, music from that particular week, 30, 20, and 10 years ago. And we are hitting some Gen X milestones,
yes,
damn it.
We are.
Oh my. Let's see. We got, I don't know when this is going up, but very shortly, Singles.
Yes.
Turns 30.
Yes, it is.
Singles is about to turn 30. And we also have the debuts of the Ben Stiller Show and Larry Sanders Show. So it's Janine Garofalo all over the place.
Hey, there's nothing more Gen X than Janine Garofalo.
Very true.
That is just
very true.
Straight up. So awesome. For us, you can go check out. We'll have links in the show notes. I'll get it out. Sorry, it's been a long day already. For all of our social media, Discord, Instagram, as well as I think, Dave, are you still running the Facebook page?
Yeah, we still kind of. It's there. We haven't done a whole lot with it.
But we'll also put links up for 30-20-10 as well as just Laser Time in general. And we thank you so much for coming.
Yes.
You have no idea how much of an honor this is for me, especially.
Same here.
I have been with 30-20-10 almost from the very beginning. Like I was a few weeks in when I discovered it, so I was like, okay, so I've been along through all the changes and everything.
Yeah.
So
because we're on year 7.
Yes,
and we do it every week.
What was it?
I can't imagine.
4 different co-hosts on that
something
one?
like
4 or 5
that.
different co-hosts. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Diana's been a constant. So.
Well, because if I don't get to do Classic Corner, I might die.
Dude, I love the classic.
That is my favorite.
Because I have to. That was a stipulation when I joined. It was like, I'll do this.
And actually,
but there has to be some point where I can talk about movies from 75 years ago, and all you shut up.
Yeah.
And then every now and then I get real fun where it's like, we have a 100-year-old movie, everybody. Strap in.
And I will say, because of you, every year as the 4th of July is rolling around, I think about Olivia de Havilland, about and I was like, I had no clue, because I love that movie. I got all the kitsch to it and everything. I grew up. My mom loved the movie, so I grew up as a kid watching it every year when it would be on television for 2 nights, And so I did not realize she was still alive when she was. I know she's passed since then, but it was just like every year I was like, oh shit, she's over 100 years old now. Well, I never thought anyone from that movie was still alive.
And it was actually because of Diana's Classic Corner that I actually reached out to her in the first place, because of a conversation that she and I had about the monkey's head.
Man.
Well, the weirdest damn movie ever.
So
I have to say,
amazing.
I've been amiss at not listening to your podcast, and I apologize.
Shame this
man. Shame this man.
Shame.
I have been shamed, but now them talking about the Classic Corner, I think I'm definitely going to have to buy into that, because I love those old movies and all of that stuff.
And I know from this year, just talking about the summer of '82.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh my goodness. We did an episode earlier this year about the films of just 1982 in general, and it's just again a murderer's row of like, wow, all this stuff came out within just a few months of each other.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
How did Blade Runner and The Thing came out on the same day?
Yeah, I know.
The same day?
Yeah.
What? While Star Trek 2 is still in theaters?
I know.
Like,
I know.
Well, there was one that we covered.
Then you have Poltergeist lingering out there, as well as
that's coming up.
Yeah, and E.T. is still there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
all in the same summer.
I know it's so crazy to look at all that stuff. So, Secret of NIMH. Secret of NIMH was released that same summer. Yeah,
hidden classic right there. Yeah, I think we're doing another. We've been doing a bunch of episodes of just focusing on those. I think a nice contrast that going right from Risky Business. I'm going to go talk about Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yes. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Interesting. And then I'm trying to sell everyone on y'all have to watch Tootsie.
Oh,
I don't know if I can sell it.
Oh, such a great movie.
It's so damn funny.
I can't remember the last time I saw them. That's going back in the 80s somewhere. I remember seeing it and kind of being too young to understand what exactly was happening.
I forgot Bill Murray was in it. I genuinely forgot Bill Murray was in it. I went back
funny.
and watched it, and I was like, oh my God, this guy's hilarious.
Yeah, that kind of helped break him between that and Meatballs of like, oh, yeah, we can put this guy in movies. He's funny.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
All right. All right. Well, we're going to have to get out of here now. Diana, thank you so much for coming on here. And I mean, this truly has been an honor for me and all of us.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
We're going to head out, and I guess we're probably going to have a little old-time rock and roll on the way out of this thing. So.
Do we gotta?
Oh, come on.
Maybe I'll throw in some Tangerine Dream.
There you go. There you go.
No. In the Air Tonight. That's what we're going with.
That's
the true Patrick Bateman song right there. I'm Alan Smith.
I'm the other guy, Big Dave.
And I'm Barry.
And we are joined by
Anna Goodman.
And we will see you next time.
See ya.